Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the JTV Game of the Week. I'm Harry Ferrone, and I'm by myself today, so there's nobody there to talk back to me. It's just like being at home. Anyway, here we are, Jackson Liberty High School. Beautiful, slightly overcast day here, which the tennis players absolutely love. We've got a matchup between Gina Veltri, first singles player for Liberty, versus Caroline Fenton of Lacey Township. Lacey clinched B South a few days ago with a big W. They are currently 14 and 0. That's right. You heard it right. 14 and 0. And Liberty having a little bit of a rebuilding year so far. But things are looking good here. We've got a nice day to bring you some high school tennis locally. And we'll see what our crack crew here at JTV can accomplish. For those of you at home that don't understand scoring as much, I will do my best to keep you appraised of scoring and whatnot.
You know what, Mr. Frone? I heard
Mr. Noble.
you were out here lonely by yourself, so I'm probably the person with the least knowledge of how the game of tennis is played pretty much on the planet. So I figured I'd, come in here and use this opportunity to hone my commentating skills and at the same time learn something about this game.
Well, you know what, Mr. Noble? I think that's probably not a bad idea. Both players have, there's Gina Veltri there. Both players have had their 10-minute warm-up as they flip the rackets now to decide who gets to serve first.
How do they decide?
They spin their rackets, and they call up or down. And let's say if they're using a Wilson racket, up would be W for Wilson, down would be M for Mary.
Interesting. Okay, I never do that.
And it looks
It's
like
a coin flip, but it's with
exactly with a tennis racket. And there's Caroline Fenton, Lacey, and here we are. We are underway. On the scorecards, we've got Liberty red, and Lacey will be the black scorecards. Going to talk you folks right through this tennis match. Remember, servers do get 2 opportunities to put the serve into play. Here's a second serve. Lands in, and that's going to go to Lacey.
So generally, I think they're probably a little more aggressive on the first one, knowing that they still have another shot if they don't get it over.
Correct, Mr. Noble. Very good.
If they get it over the net the first one and it goes out, though, either way they lose the point, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
First serve into the net. Second serve. And that one's going to sail deep, and it's 15 all.
We have Jerome Salick in there today on slow motion replay, so hopefully we get to see some of these, because when I'm watching it from out here, it's really hard to tell sometimes whether or not it's in or it's out. So it's really cool to be able to see that, in slow motion and get to tell.
Fenton on the serve. That ball's going to get pushed a little bit wide. And it's Lacey 30, Liberty 15.
So they only play on the inside box, correct? Those end boxes are considered out for singles?
They are out in singles. They are the doubles box. Considered the doubles lines, we call them. Longest point of the match so far. Pushes her wide to the backhand. And that's going to put Lacey up 40-15. Ten. 40-15. Nope, don't go out there. A reminder for our folks on the truck to not go out on the tennis courts while the points are being played. Tennis matches we cover roughly 2 a year, 1 at each school, so the rules tend to be a little shaky. And Lacey goes ahead here 1-0. Lacey up 1-0. Let's see. What can I tell you about tennis? First of all, players change ends on odd games, so 1 is an odd number, so they do switch sides even though they just started. Once the match gets played, they'll rotate every 2 games. And they also rotate serving. Again, the outside lines are solely for doubles. Lacey up 1-0 here. First one's a little bit wide. Second serve's in. Nice forehand. And that's going to drop in. Love 15, that's Lacey 15, Liberty 0. Lacey is up 1 game to 0. And it's 15 love. Yep. First serve's a little deep. Fenton slices that one up. Both players pretty content playing from the middle right now. Nice angle. But Veltri kind of stayed back and hits a big winner down the side. It's 15 all. 15 all. I know a lot of people get a little confused about why sometimes they can consider the first point 15 and sometimes they call it 5. It's 15 all. 15-15. That one's a little high. It's going to sail deep. And that point goes to Liberty. 30-15. Take a look at the replay here. Actually, all we saw there was the serve. Keep the replay on that wide shot. Ah, nice pickup, but it's going to fall short. And that's going to be Liberty with 40 here, and Lacey with 15. First serve's a bit deep. Backhand. That's going to land in. And that's going to take a look at a quick. And that one just goes in. And that's going to sail wide, and that's going to put us at deuce.
So what is deuce, Mr. Frone? I know, silly question.
Deuce is basically...
Is it 40-40?
Yes, all the replays for my high-tech people on the bus should just be the wide shot.
Oh.
Man, that was game, actually. I miscounted the point somewhere. It's 2-0 Liberty here. 2-0, I'm sorry, Lacey. And it's Lacey 15, Liberty 0. Serve is a little bit wide. Fenton's got a pretty nice service motion. Reaches up nice and high. Cross-court backhand. And that's going to go past her, and that's 30 love as Fenton hits the big winner. Lacey up, 30 love. That serve catches the tape. And that one served right down the middle. And that's going to sail deep. And it's 40 love Lacey. First serve, nice one down the tee. And that's going to sail deep. And that's game. That's going to put Lacey up 3-0. As the players will switch sides. Sometimes we have a bit of an issue getting our graphics to cooperate with us, so we apologize for that 2-1 score on the screen. Let's try. And another thing that a lot of folks don't know about this
This what?
tennis matches is the fact that coaching is allowed at the high school level, just like in college. They're allowed to speak to their coach in between changeovers. Roughly a 1 to 2 minute coaching session can take place. As you see Coach Russo there, former Liberty tennis player, I might add there. Mr. Noble.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
When did she graduate? How long ago?
Liz graduated probably with Devin Joseph, so I'm going
like
to have
5
to
or
say
6
it's
years?
been 5 or 6 years, yeah.
Right.
She's probably in the first graduating class in, what was that, 09. Back here at the home of the Lions. And Veltri set to serve down love 3. Ooh, Fenton tries to hit a big slice ball, but that's going to sail wide. But I didn't see a finger go up, so I'm not sure if she called that properly. 3-0. And let's see if we get the score here. Couldn't quite hear that, but it should be 15 love, so that's the number I'm going with. Liberty up 15 love. Oh, that ball's just going to die after it cruises the net. Big slice ball for Veltri. 30 love. Liberty. Sometimes it's not the power shots that do the damage. It's the softer, more finesse shots. So that first serve's going to go a little deep. Big top spin shot. Wynn's going to get up on that one and take it deep. It's Liberty 30, Lacey 15.
So, Mr. Frone, I know why you know so much about tennis, but I don't know if our audience does. Didn't you coach tennis for a year or two back then?
I think it's more like 15 or 18 or 20 years, something like that.
And you taught at, you coached at both Manchester and Liberty?
Yes, I did. Coached at, that is 15, Liberty 40 for Lacey now. Coached at Manchester for a good 12 years there, and then moved over here, and I coached here for about 8 before devoting all of my time to JTV. Absolutely. Do I miss it? Yes. But we can only spread a Ferrone so thin, so here I am, more than happy to.
While we were setting up, for your viewing audience that isn't aware, Mr. Frone was out there coaching, like showing the girls some of his old tricks, and it was great to hear him out there again, kind of pepping them and talking them through some of the plays, if that's what they're called.
No, they're not, but that's okay. We were talking
Moves.
Basic
What
tennis
do you call them in
strategy.
tennis? Moves? What do you call them?
We call it tennis strategy.
It's tennis strategy.
Positioning, that kind of
Sounds
thing.
Sounds way better than moves.
And that one's going to drop in, and that'll be game here. That'll put Lacey up 4-0. Fenton, very consistent player. Has a tendency to play the middle of the court, let her opponents make mistakes, has nice topspin forehand on both sides. And really forces you to hit up on the ball. Ooh, a nice serve into the body. That's Lacey 15, Liberty 0. I think what's interesting about the body serve is it's a little used serve, but it's very effective. Very effective against players at all levels. Nice return. And it's 15 all. Probably one of the most used serve against Serena Williams, trying to serve into the Serena Williams body to try and force Serena to not let her arms get out. And it's still a play at whatever level that causes a player to jam themselves. Very effective.
Is it ever, how many different types of serves are there in tennis?
Well, that's a good question. It's Lacey 30, Liberty 15. Well, you've got different kinds. The basic serves are the serve down the tee, serve into the body, and the serve out wide. On top of that, you also throw in types of spins that you can hit on a serve. There are generally 3, as that's a top-spin serve, otherwise known as a kick serve. As
Is that like drop in or something? Is that
gets its name because when the ball hits the ground, it actually kicks up, gets out of your opponent's strike zone. That's Lacey 30, Liberty 15, by the way. The other type of serve is a flat serve, basically little spin on that one. It's kind of a serve for power. And then there's a slice serve, one of my faves, which you could utilize as well, that actually spins away from your opponent.
I take it
that's
these
40-15.
These are all accomplished by how the ball hits your racket?
Yep, we talk about 40-15 Lacey, by the way, by how you attack the side of the ball, really. Actually, that's game. I missed a point there. My apologies. It's Lacey up 5-0. Basically, depending on how you strike the ball, if you hit the side of the ball, if you think of the tennis ball kind of like an apple, if you hit the right side of the apple, the ball's going to have side spin on it. That's slice. If you approach the ball from underneath and hit up on it, that's called top spin. It's going to kick up. So that's something you can practice and work on. All you need is a basket of balls and a tennis court. Don't even need an opponent.
You know, I shot pool for a while back in the day, and
put some English on it.
Yeah, put some English on it. Similar, I guess, kind of similar concepts in some
Very
regard.
similar. The English is like backspin, basically. That serves a little bit deep. Now in tennis, we do play 2 out of 3 sets. Each set consists of a player needing to win 6 games. That's going to sail deep. And Lacey goes up here, 15-0. It's interesting watching players develop at the high school level. So much experience is picked up in just one season, especially for players who haven't spent a whole time at the club level. I know I can speak for Jackson Liberty when I say that we don't get many players here that have spent countless hours in the summers and in the winters in clubs hitting tennis balls with private coaches. So
that's what
a
the
lot of work
club level
takes place
is.
in the summer.
Private coaches and programs that are outside the
Lacey?
school.
I'm sorry, say that again?
So club level, you mean by they do this outside of school, almost like a PDA for soccer kind of thing. So they train outside of the program at school.
Correct. It's 30, love 30. Lacey up love 30 here. Nice serve out wide. There's a good example of that slice serve that pulls your opponent off the court. Now it's Lacey 30, Liberty 15. I see chocolate being sold over there.
Would you like me to run over there and get you one, Mr. Frone?
Oh, I think a hand waving in the proper direction has accomplished such a thing. That one's going to go a little deep.
I'm good, thank you.
40-15, Lacey here.
Nothing like a chocolate bar on a hot summer's day. Oh, wait, no, that's right. It's early October.
That is true, you know, but it does feel like an early summer day out here.
80-something degrees outside and beautiful.
Pretty nice first serve. Her serve's pretty flat for the most part. Not a whole lot of spin on it. There you see that's going to go nicely into the corner. Oh, that's a tough shot if it stays in. That's going to go wide. 30, Lacey up here. First serves into the net. Yep, and it's deuce. I know our crack graphics operator is thinking to herself for the first time, I got my first deuce game here. So it's 40-40 basically. And when we get to deuce, the players have to win the next 2 points to win the game. There it is, deuce, Emily. Great job. That's exactly what we're looking at right there. Our graphics up. Emily Sabasis doing a nice job of keeping up with this one today. Nice serve and a good deep return by Fenton. Oh, that one's going to get hammered deep. Just out. And it's what we call advantage out to Lacey. It's called advantage out. Had the Liberty player won the point, it would have been advantage in. Or in our graphic situation, it simply says add visitor or add home team. Pretty nice slice serve there. Again, Fenton content to just kind of keep the ball in play down the middle of the court. Oh, just missed. And that's going to give the first set to Lacey Township here. And she's going to drop the first set 6-0. Veltri, pretty competitive set for the most part. Don't let the score fool you. Pretty much all the games went pretty deep, and there was also a deuce game as well. Again, as I started to say before, the first grouping here is you have to win 2 out of 3 sets. And that's just deep. Liberty up. 15-0. Here's a replay of that one. And there it is. Into our first second serve here.
I would totally take over commentating the play-by-play right now, but I don't actually know what the plays are, so I'll just wait till Mr. Frone gets back here, and then we'll resume our normal commentating.
Thanks, Mr. Noble. Uh, 30 love here. Lacey up in this game. Love 40, actually. Oh, that one's going to get pushed a bit deep. That should be game. There's a replay of that last point. You can see Fenton's going to keep that ball down the middle. And Fenton realizing that that gate needs to be closed. There we go.
There's the JTV bus in the background, very exciting, and us.
Oh, nice serve down the tee. I'm going to go with 30 love here for Lacey. If you hadn't noticed, folks, there are no referees or umpires out on a high school level match. Players are on the honor system. They do call their own points. It's noisy though. Take a look at the replay of that one. And here's the serve. Ooh, nice cross court, but nothing doing there. And Lacey's going to go up 40 love. Good note of reminder here to our, that's 40 love, to our team on the bus there. And that's game. No, it's not. And there it is, 2-0. Emily, as they change servers. Let's take a look at what the score is here. 1-0. Boy, I missed something there. Apparently that was the longest deuce game in the history of deuce games, Emily. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Pretty long deuce game. It's 1 love. That's right. I must have been distracted from my coughing fit that I had. I apologize, folks. And up to serve now at 1-0 is Liberty. Gina Veltri down 0-1 in the second set. Served a little wide. Oh, Veltri busts out a lob. Oh, big forehand. That's going to sail deep, and it's love 15. Lacey up 15 love in this this game. Oh, there we go. Emily updating the score for us there. A replay of the last point. First serve a little deep. Love 30 here. Lacey up love 30. Rolls that one, and that one's going to fall a little short. There's a replay of that last serve. Pretty good spot. You can see that kind of stepping through. Veltri has a tendency to step through the ball when she hits. You really want to stop and take a pit stop. And the score is now love 40, Lacey up. High rolling forehand there, which I believe was out. So it's 15 Liberty, 40 Lacey. double fault's going to cost her the game. Again, you do get 2 opportunities to serve each ball. And Lacey up to a 2-0 lead here in the second set. Pretty nice serve with a solid return, nice and deep. And that's good. Fenton hits the big winner. See here, she unloaded there, hit the big forehand, and it's 15 love Lacey. Good spot serve down the tee. One of my favorite spots. Always feel like that spot serve down the tee is going to give me a better opportunity on shot number 2. 30 love Lacey here. Oh, big forehand unloaded by Veltri there, causes the error. Interesting here, you'll see in the replay how she gets pulled out wide and goes for a pretty big hit. Nicely done. That's 30-15 here, Lacey up. Game 3 of the second set. Fenton's got a pretty solid service motion, does a nice job of reaching up. That one gets pushed a bit deep. Thing to remember for these high school level players, snap that wrist at the end of the swing. Give you those extra MPHs. Big flat forehand to get even here at 30 all. Probably Veltri's best point of the match so far. Really stayed in that one nicely. Moving side to side, exchanging blows here. Nice job of moving the ball around. That's the shot of the match for her. The on the run forehand, and it's 30 all. Sweet serve. And that ball drops in for a winner. That's going to put Lacey ahead at 40-30. Again, one of those tough things for folks watching a tennis match. If players don't put their fingers up in the air to signify an out ball, it can be very difficult to follow what's going on. That one's going to get pushed wide. Pretty aggressive return.
I thought that's what they were doing, putting their finger up when it's out.
Yeah, they usually do.
Oh, they usually do, but not always.
It's a good habit to have your players get into as that game is over and players will be switching sides. Fenton's going to go up 3-love in the second set, but pretty well played game from Veltri there. Something to build on.
You know, they should invent uniforms that have pockets in them so they could just store the balls in the pockets.
Well, there's actually a compartment they're cramming it up into there.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Seems a little uncomfortable. Or like a fanny pack that you wear.
Yeah, not so much. Of course, I did have a fanny pack at one point that we used to cram tennis balls in for feeding. You could cram like 40 balls in there. But for the most part, tennis players either
huge fanny pack.
there's usually a little pocket in underneath there, or they'll cram them up underneath their spandex.
Oh,
a lot of them wear spandex. And on a hot day like today, it's a good idea to stay hydrated. Lacey up 6-0, 3-0 here in the match. High school tennis, the way it works, to decide the winner for the entire team. There are 5 positions being played, 3 singles players. Nice forehand whip there. Lacey goes up 1-15-0 there. We'll take a look at the replay. You'll see here this ball's going to land a little bit short in the court. Oh, that's perfect. That's what we want to see. And a nice wrist snap there at the end. Lacey up 15-0 here. Tennis, we call it love. At any rate, there's 3 singles players playing and 2 doubles teams. Oh, that one drops in, and it's 30 love Lacey. The winning team simply has to win 3 of the courts. Either all the singles or 2 singles, 1 doubles, any combination you want. Nicely rolled, and that's going to go. That one's tough to call there. The finger did not go up. Going to assume that was out. 15-30 Lacey. Big slice ball there. And that's deep. 40-15. And that's actually game. Lacey up 4-0, I believe. And Lacey up 15 love. Fenton cruising here in the second set, up 4 love. Ball bounces off the tape and lands in that box in the front. They do get a second shot at that serve. So she'll have a first serve coming.
So it counts as a fault if it hits the net?
As long as it lands in the box, you'll get another shot at it. It's called a let.
Ah, okay.
Probably because they let you hit it again. Oh, nice open court forehand. 15 all. Veltri hitting to the open court here. You'll see Fenton run it down. Yes, we do. We like to see the whole point there in the replays. Thank you. That one hits the tape. Second serve. And a double fault for the night. There we go. Lacey 15, Liberty 30. Nice serve out to the tee. I'm sorry, out wide. 30 all. We like to call this point kind of like a payoff pitch here. Nice serve down the middle. Good return. Oh, and it drops. She put some serious cut on that ball, and it drops in for a winner. And it's 40-30 Lacey. That one misses just wide. Or not. Thought I saw a hand go up. That's gonna put Fenton up 5-0 here in the second set. Just one game away from calling it a day here. Second and third singles finished up already on the day. Doubles playing over there. Looks like Lacey's going to continue to keep that 14-0 record alive here. Doubles team's working it over there. It's been a busy week for JTV. We've had total of 6 events this week to cover. 1 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, 2 on Thursday, and 2 today with a big homecoming game. If you're tuning into our tennis match right now, you can check back in with us around 7 p.m. and we'll be streaming the
the homecoming football game tonight. Tonight 7, probably
7
start
o'clock.
broadcast about 6:45.
Always a
It'll
fun
be live
night
here
homecoming.
on YouTube and on Cablevision 77. So it's going to be a good game tonight.
What's your favorite thing about homecoming there, Nopes?
I just love the school spirit. Homecoming game is a little different than most games. I mean, there's always school spirit here, especially at Liberty. But the homecoming game, everyone gets really, really into it. The red zone's in full effect, and it's just fun to see all the king and queen out there in the convertible, and just the energy level's really high.
It's also nice to see the alumni return for the
weekend.
weekend.
All the alumni come back, or a lot of the alumni come back. Yeah, it's a good night. It was a really good night.
Hence the term homecoming, folks.
I want to shout out to our amazing crew tonight. We got Becky as director, Becky Chifulo as director. We got Jerome Salick on slow-mo. Olivia McGarry doing an awesome job on audio. Emily Sabasis is on graphics. And we got Ryan Drew and Amber on cameras out there. And obviously Mr. Frone here
doing a pretty nice job today.
Stellar commentator.
And our technical director, Victoria Quinn.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot Quinny.
Taking care of business today, Quinny.
Sorry, Quinn, I didn't forget you on purpose.
15 love Liberty, by the way, and the score of the game here. I think tennis is always kind of an interesting match for us as far as the crew goes, because it's usually something that they haven't done before. By the time we hit our stride in regards to the coverage, pretty much over. So shout out to the crew.
Until the spring for the boys.
That's it. And we have some experience, 15 all. We also actually have the Jackson Memorial to cover, tennis match to cover. They won the Ocean County tournament this year and are in the lead in A South. So pretty big deal over at Memorial Tennis this year to win the Ocean County tournament. That is a nice feather in your cap to Coach Chris Updike over there, who's been coaching the boys for quite a few years now. Nice guy, good character. Teams always love him. Second serve, 15 all. Good serve cross court. Well, kind of a running hit down the line. That's a winner. And Veltri is going to go up 30-15 here. You can see here after the serve, Veltri steps in and hits on the run and hits a pretty flat ball down the line. Fenton has figured out, that's 30 all, that Veltri does not like the slice ball. So I think you're going to see a pretty steady dose of those as we move on here. 30 all. There's a slice ball, and cuffs her on the knuckles there, and it's match point. 40 Lacey, 15 Liberty. Actually, 30-15. Could be 40-30. That gets shanked wide. And that's gonna wrap it up as Caroline Fenton is gonna go on to win this one.
You know, I enjoyed our
6-0.
Enjoyed our time here together, Mr. Frone. Do you know why?
I'm sorry, sir?
I said I enjoyed our time here together today. Do you know why?
No, why?
So I'm so used to the environment of the TV studio where we're running around and yelling and extreme energy, and to come here and kind of slow things down. It's interesting to hear you, commentate.
For sure.
Very mellow. This is the mellow Frone. This is the Mr. Frone vacation, or vacation Mr. Frone, rather.
And yes, Caroline Fenton on to win this one, 6-0, 6-0 here. Just going to keep her win streak alive. And final thoughts again, to keep an eye out on JTV for our matchup with Jackson Memorial Tennis. We're going to get a look at that for singles players from Memorial having a good little season as well over there. But if you get an opportunity to tune in this evening, we'll be streaming live starting at 6:45 for the Liberty homecoming football game. For all the good people here at JTV, I'm Harry Ferrone.
And I am Mr. Noble.
And thanks for tuning in to the JTV Game of the Week. So long.
Have a good one.